This is Discovering the Scriptures with Dr. Peter John Parisis. We are in Daniel chapter 2, verse 23. As you have already seen, we have already seen some things that are leading into the prophecies that Daniel is famous for that concern us in the end times. Things are starting to lighten up as far as giving us clues of what's taking place. And we just got a gold nugget in the previous verse. So let's move forward. Reading from the King James Bible, quote, I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. Unquote. Let's go ahead and read this in the Young's Literal Translation, so we can take a look at another version of this verse. Quote, Thee, O God of my fathers, I am thanking and praising for wisdom and might thou hast given to me, and now thou hast caused me to know that which we have sought from thee. For the king's matter thou hast caused us to know. Unquote. So let's go ahead and read this into context. Now remember, we're going to do that so that we don't pull anything out. Now, in context, this verse is the last verse of the paragraph, starting with Daniel 2:20 and goes through Daniel 2:23. Quote, from the King James Bible, Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. Unquote. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the interlinear and see what the raw translation of this verse is. Quote, and might, wisdom, who me, I, and praise you, thank, of my fathers, God, you. Kings thee demand, for of you we asked. What have made known to me, now me, you have given. You have made known to us. So, once again, I'm going to read the verse and then we're going to parse it. King James Version quote, I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hath given me wisdom and might, and hath made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. Unquote. So let's go ahead and parse this out now and see what we can find out. I thank thee. So let's parse out that Aramaic word. Thank thee. It's an aphiel stem, which is a causative conjunction, and it is a participle aspect, which represents an action or condition of an unbroken continuity. I thank thee and praise thee. So let's look at the Aramaic word for and praise thee. That's a PL stem, which is basically an intensive or an intentional action, and it is a participle aspect, so it's basically a continuity. So he's intentionally praising. Continuing, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given. Now let's look at who hast given. Let's parse that out. It's a PL stem again, and that represents the basic form of the verb, which is basically the casual action, and it's a perfect aspect. That means it's completed. So it's a casual, completed. Who hath given me wisdom and might, and hath made known. Let's parse that out. That's an APL stem and a perfect aspect. So an APL stem is a causative conjunction, and he's completed, because it's perfect, so it's completed action, hath made known unto me what we desired. Let's go ahead and parse out what we desired and see what that is. And that is a PL stem, and that represents basically a quell. So it's a casual action. It's a perfect aspect, so it's completed. So he casually has completed this action. What we desired. So he casually has said this, of thee, for thou hast made known. Let's parse that out. Now that here is an APL stem in perfect aspect. So that means that he is talking about a causative conjunction that has been completed. And thou hast made known unto us the king's matter. So as you can see that Daniel is praising the Lord. He's talking about the intentional actions that the Lord has done. He is casually, so this shows that it's part of his nature towards God, praising thee. And God has intensely given this wisdom and hath made known unto them. And remember that that is intensive. It's an intentional thing that God has done unto me, what we desired. And now you can see some of Daniel's personality coming through in this verse. So let's go forward and see what we have with John Gill's commentary on this particular verse. Okay, John Gill quote, I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God my fathers, his remote ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and more near progenitors, to whom God hath made promises and revealed his secrets in time past, and still continued his favors to Daniel, for which he was abundantly thankful, and owned and confessed the goodness of God to him, and praised him on account of it, who hath given me wisdom and might or strength, courage and fortitude of mind, to go in to the king when in his fury, to promise to show his dream and the interpretation of it, and strength of faith and prayer to God to obtain it, and who gave him wisdom to know it. Jerkins interprets this might of power to save his own life and the life of others, and hath made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For though it was only made known to Daniel, yet it was in consequence of united prayers of him and his companions, Hananiah, Mishael, and Aphiel, to which he ascribes it, which shows his great modesty and humility, not to attribute it to his own prayer and the interest he had in God as a God-hearing prayer. For thou hast made known unto us the king's matter, or word, which he required of the wise men, namely his dream and the interpretation of it. This being made known to Daniel, he communicated it to his friends. Unquote. Now this is great, because now not only can Daniel rejoice and be relieved by this, because his life is going to be spared, but also his friends can rejoice with him. He doesn't march off to tell the king immediately. He tells his friends, which is great. So this is a joyous time for these guys. Now you're going to have to continue listening to find out what goes on with this. We're starting to enter into interpretations of what's going to be taking place, not only in his times, but in the end times. May God richly bless you as you study the scriptures. And remember to always pray and ask God that the Holy Spirit will give you wisdom and knowledge as you study the scriptures and meditate upon it daily. If you like this, please tell others so they can listen to the broadcast as we continue through the Bible. God bless you.